Good morning, Facebook. It is 10:30. Today is Thursday. What is today's date? The 26th, September 2013. And I've been up for a couple of hours, but I haven't even started. I started breakfast. I boiled some eggs. And now I'm trying to decide what I'm going to make. I think I'm doing a shake because I don't feel like I'm going to clean up this kitchen. So I think I'm going to do a fresh fruit shake. And with those eggs I got in there, that'll work. But anyway, over the past few weeks, I've been going through my own little health crisis, so to speak, dealing with a personal issue and trying to get it resolved, and kind of going to doctor's appointments and going here, going there, and just dealing with this mess. And it struck me how, as I talk to people about the situation I'm going through, and people quietly talk about it, and I've always wondered about this, why we choose to go through health issues quietly and silently, and we don't say anything to anyone. Maybe a few select close individuals, but we tend to keep our health issues very quiet and close to our privacy. I'm not sure why, and I'm a very open person, but I haven't publicly disclosed some of the things I'm going through, and I question myself. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm just kind of dealing with it privately and trying to get a resolution to the issue. But I've noticed so many guys in the black gay community, in particularly, who don't discuss their health issues and don't discuss the problems they go through, whether it's mentally, physically, or health issues or whatever, and they go through it alone. And they pay a heavy price for going down that path privately and quietly and silently. I mean, so when things happen or they pass away or something happens, then everybody's shocked to know, well, we didn't know he was going through this. Well, he never told us. He didn't share it with us. I've had a lot of friends that just seem to have up and died. But that wasn't the case. There were major health issues that they didn't want to talk about. And I wonder, is it the silence, that silence, that's really killing us? Keeping things so private that you don't discuss it with your inner circle, your close friends, very close friends. You don't say anything about, well, I'm going through this and I'm going through that. Everybody's just so quiet. I'm guilty of it. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I guess for me, it was a question of, do you broadcast this on Facebook? Or tell the whole wide world, hey, I'm going through XYZ? Or do you just deal with it? It's a tough decision. I remember telling a buddy of mine when I was going through, he was like, don't you put that on Facebook with these kids? And I was like, why? And I understood his concerns. He said, let's get through it first, and then let's deal with it publicly, if that's ever case. I just feel that this silence can be deadly. Because people need to know and understand that there are issues and situations that we all may face in life, and how to resolve these problems. I was completely in the dark trying to figure out what to do. And as I started talking to people, I found out, well, I'm not the only person who's had to deal with this issue. There are quite a few of my friends have dealt with this issue, but they never said a word about it. We keep things so secret. We keep things hidden away from the public because at least we don't want people. I don't know, maybe it's because people don't want people to try to judge them about a health issue. I don't think you can judge a person about a health issue that sometimes they may not have had any control over the situation. I know in my case, I really don't think I did anything that When I live a healthy life, I go to the gym, I take care of my health, I go to the doctors, I go to doctors all the damn time, and even they didn't realize this problem was going on until too late. So now we have to fix it. So I'm not I can't be ashamed about something I really have no control over. I didn't. I did everything I was supposed to do. However, I go down this path silently and quietly, but very few people really know what I'm going through. There's been some pain and discomfort, and I'm trying to just live a normal life, continue to go to the gym, continue to act like everything's okay, but in the back of my mind, I know things are not the way I would like them to be. And try to get the issue resolved, which is going to take some time. I'm coming to that conclusion. You know, sometimes you want things to be over with. Okay, we got a problem. Let's fix it and get it over with. Health issues take a little bit longer than that. Sometimes it can take weeks, months, years to resolve certain issues. I hope not. But I look at this injury I had. I don't know if you all go back. If you go back and look at videos, my face was all swollen and cut up and everything. I really didn't know what the outcome of that was going to be. I was very concerned, but I was still doing videos. I was still talking, but I was very, very, very extremely concerned. But I also knew that I think things were going to work out okay. My face is, I still got dealing with this scar thing. We don't know where we're going. I'm still trying to figure out what to do. I've looked at so many different options on how to fix that, even scar revision surgery, which I've kind of taken off the table for now because it just needs more time before the pigmentation can kind of come back in. It doesn't look it's flat. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's very flat. It's just a little. What can I do about it? Well, there are some things I can do, but I'm working on that privately and quietly. You know how we do things. Don't want to tell people what we're up to. Why do we do this? Why do we go through so much stuff? I'm listening to friends tell me stories about all kinds of health issues and I've known these people for years, and I didn't know anything about it. I'm like, why didn't you say something? Why didn't you just tell me? Didn't say a word quietly. Why do we do this? To our own friends and family members. Won't say a word. What is it? What makes us keep this health issue so private and quiet? What are we afraid of? What are we ashamed of? I don't understand. Is it human nature just to kind of go it alone? Even if you know the outcome may even not be, the outcome may be your death. I never forget years ago, in the mid-90s, I had met a friend of mine. He was a firefighter here in Atlanta. He had a brain tumor. We met, we jived, we had a great time, and he told me he had 6 months to live. And I remember thinking, yeah, all right. This man was in perfect health, an attractive man, muscles, and he's a firefighter. But he said he had a brain tumor, and they told him he had 6 months to live. And I remember being in denial about this. Like, every time I would see him, I'm like, yeah, right, he's not dying. And sure enough, as things progressed, I saw him deteriorate. I saw things happening. And I think back to that because he told me and he prepared me. And our friendship grew because I realized this man is not going to be here any longer. He really is dying. And I remember they were having parties for him and things at the club and dinners, and there was so much stuff going on. I literally kind of stopped my life to go participate in this stuff because I knew that he was coming to terms with his death. And I think I was coming to terms with accepting death also. Because it wasn't soon too far after that my father passed away. And I think it was going through that experience with him that kind of prepared me to deal with my father's issue, my father's death. And to watch this man go, an attractive, handsome man, Slowly kind of, go down. It was something to see. Life is fleeting. We don't know what may happen tomorrow. But he chose not to go through it silently and quietly, and I respect him for that, and I'm grateful that he shared with me and all of his friends the last 6 months of his life, because it was special for me, you know. Anyway, I'm going to get up from here and get this day going. I'm just kind of slowly moving along like it's a slow train today. The dogs are still sleeping. They ate breakfast and went back to sleep. And I'm going to go in here and make this protein shake. I may record it because I want you all. I'm using some new ingredients that I found at Costco, which makes these shakes a whole lot cheaper and easier to make. I was cutting up fresh fruit myself every morning. Now I found me a delicious bag of frozen fruit. I'm going to throw that frozen fruit in that blender and blend it up with these egg whites and call it a day. Anyway, if you like my videos, please click like. Tell me about your experiences of going through something silently and quietly. Why do we do it? I don't know. And give me your prayers. You guys have a great day.